Hello, everyone. It's Marian, and I know what you're saying. It's like, where the heck have you been? I have been away. I've been away because I had huge life changing stuff that happened. And I just want to give you a brief rundown so you won't think, oh, you just went away just to go away, Marian. No. So, where should I start? Well, at the second week of June, um, something happened to my father where uh, something happened to him where he ended up on the floor and he was on the floor for, I want to say, days or so. I don't know. All I know is that previous Sunday, before he ended up in the hospital, I've talked to him and I noticed that he sounded kind of different. He didn't sound the same, didn't sound like my dad. And, and, I said, Dad, you want me to call somebody for you? Because, you just don't sound right. You sound, are you okay? And he's like, no, 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 no. Don't worry about it. No, I'm fine. I just woke up. And I know that wasn't true because I know what my dad sounds like when he just wakes up and everything. He does not, he didn't sound right. But, following my dad's wishes, I said, okay. So that was Sunday. And then Monday, I was talking to my mom and I said, hey, Dad's having trouble with his air conditioners and stuff. And he's trying to fix those old air conditioners in this place. And you know, I know there's a way he can actually get new ones and stuff. And so my mom says, hold on. She puts my dad on three-way. At that time, I just found out that I had COVID. So, that was not fun because it was more like the sinuses and stuff that was going on and it was bothering me. And I, I said, okay, my sinuses don't normally act this way. Let me take a COVID test just to find out. And sure enough, it was bad. Yeah, it was like, yeah, you got it, Martin. You got the cooties. So I'm like, oh man. So that Tuesday, I was like really sleepy and had a fever going off and on. But see, I couldn't tell if it's a fever because I'm of the age where you get hot flashes. Lovely. So I couldn't tell. So, anyway, I'm on the phone with my mom and dad, and I kind of fell asleep a little bit, and then I woke up to my mom and dad arguing over the phone as usual. And my dad's sitting there laughing because he loves to aggravate my mom. So, um, he my mom got so aggravated with him that she I'm gonna go this way. That Oh, I forgot bandages. Hold on. Anyway, she got so aggravated with my dad that she hung up the phone. And because we're on three-way, she disconnected everybody. My dad was just cracking up, and I just passed out. And so that next day, I called my dad's house and I didn't get an answer. And then I text him. I still didn't get an answer. And I'm like, oh, maybe he's out and about doing his thing and everything like that. I'm just going to go get some more rest. And I didn't wake up to the next day. So, um, Thursday comes around. I call my dad and there was no answer. And so I text him and still wasn't an answer. And I'm like, this that's this is odd because daddy, usually if you don't get him that day, he will either text you later that night, or he'll call you the next day. And he did neither one. So Friday comes around, and I'm trying to call him early in the morning because he was always an early bird. He was always up around 8 o'clock, and I got no answer. So I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So I get a hold of my cousin. I say, hey, could you go check on Dad? Now mind you, I'm in a completely different state, so it's not like I could just go check up on my dad. I'm like hours away from my dad, and my cousin lives very close by. So she said, "Yeah, I'll send a actually I'll send a cop by to do a welfare check." I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. That'll be great." And um, I don't want the honey. Put the honey back. The honey is hard to find. Put the honey back. Uh, Give me this. I can always make more. So, um, she sends the police off, the first set of officers over there, and they said, "Oh, we hear somebody moving around, and the TV's going, blah blah blah." And I told my cousin, I said, "Hey, this isn't right. No, that's something wrong there, because my dad wouldn't just not answer the door. He doesn't just move around, and the only time he has the TV on is at night when he's watching his shows like Trailblazer and Bonanza and all that good Hogan Heroes and stuff." So she says, "Okay, I'm gonna go over there, and I'm still gonna call the police for another welfare check." I said, "Okay." I said, "You call me and let me know what's going on." So it's like 20 minutes later. She calls me and she tells me that the EMTs are taking my dad out of the house, and he's breathing, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? What's going on? So they get him to the hospital. He's not he's not able to speak. He's not responding, and he was hot. And his place was so hot that the EMTs had to take turns coming out of the house and then going back in just to try to get to him. And so the way he was acting, they said he didn't have a stroke, but I'm serious. He was acting like he had a heat stroke with the heat wave that was going on. So they said we're going to be doing some tests on him, and if anything should come up, we'll call you. I said okay. So my dad made sure he put me down as the main contact, even though I'm not in the same state as he was. But he wanted me to take care of his stuff, which is fine with me. I didn't care. You know, I'll take care of my dad. And so that Sunday comes along, they're calling me up and telling me that they ran some tests and my dad's numbers are like off the chart. They're bad. And I'm like, okay. So they said, well, I said, what do you got to do? They said, well, we're going to do some dialysis to help get those numbers down because it's just not right. Things aren't right. Now, mind you, my dad was already suffering from things like cancer, and he had just rung his bell for the first set of treatment that he took. You know, now I thought when you ring the bell, you beat cancer, but oops, sorry, I didn't mean to shoot you. But I found out that that's not what it was for, and I think my dad was on the assumption that's what it was for because he was happy and whistling and singing like he normally did after the bell, but At this time, he wasn't doing anything. So they did dialysis, and was hoping that that was get some of his numbers down, but it only brought it down just a little bit. And then they said, well, you need to give him some chemo because of the cancer. I said, okay, go ahead and do what you got to do to, to help save my daddy. Well, the chemo didn't do anything either, and his numbers just kept getting worse and worse. By by the end of the week, his uh, his kidneys just quit. They just stopped. And I said, well, what can you do? And I talked to the doctor, and the doctor said, well, um, with his kidneys shutting down like this, there's really not much they can do because, uh, I mean, at this point, they pretty much tried a lot of things. They tried everything, and once his kidney started shutting down, everything else started following suit. So I had to make the decision to put my dad in hospice care. And they say sometimes when people go into hospice care, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to go. It means that they're getting personal care where they can actually, heal and stuff. And some people stay in hospice for a long time and then get better. So I'm like, okay, all right, we'll do that. And I was like, he was doing fine. And then um, July 4th came around and they called me that morning and said that my father started showing signs of the end, basically. And they had to move him to the hospice facility. And I was like, oh, will he? I mean, does it mean that he will go? And one of the nurses from the hospice says sometimes some patients come there, at, everybody's thinking it's the end, and then boom, they're back. So I said, okay. And mind you, I was seriously thinking that my dad was going to get, he might get better with the care he was getting because when they did a video chat with him and they had the phone, I was facing my dad and I said, "Hey, Daddy," and he turned to look at the phone, and I got excited. I'm like, okay, okay, maybe Dad's gonna beat this. He's beat everything else, but and I'm playing this because this is the only thing that's keeping me from crying so far. Okay. So anyway, so I had hopes that I thought he was gonna beat this, but by the end of that, by the time they started shooting off the fireworks, my father, my father was gone. Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. I'm trying not to cry really bad. So, it was really upsetting because I've just started testing negative for COVID, but my immune system was like not great because I have a compromised immune system. And the doctor told me that she said it would be good for me to come up in there, especially when I'm recovering from COVID. With a compromised immune system, it'll be bad for me, and I might end up in the hospital alongside my dad. So, come on, Marion, you can get through this. Come on, come on, come on. So, anyway, I had to get things ready along with my brother uh, for his funeral, and having to get his uniform and his pins and make sure that he was buried with honor uh, was really hard. It was really, really hard. Because my dad, he he always inspired me to do, encouraged me basically to do things like just do. He says, do what your heart's telling you to do, Mari, and he says, do it. He said, don't let anything hold you back. Just do it. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And that's what got me to basically his encouragement helped me get through school for college for game design. And when I decided I was going to make my game, and you know, it was because of him. And when I decided on the game, my little game company's name, and even the name for my YouTube channel, it was because of him. Because he used to call me Shipmate all the time, so I named it Shipmate Productions because of my dad. So when during the funeral, when they were folding his flag and the captain was talking, and I was fine up to the point when they said that your father was honorable shipmate, that just broke me because because my dad, it's all because of him. Yeah, he had his faults. He had his faults. I mean, but who's perfect? I'm not. But yeah. Um, I miss him. I miss my dad. I really do. And going back to, you didn't need to jump up and down like that, sir. Good night. So, I told you this game. I'm surprised I only did that one little bit of crying because I've been crying ever since. And it's just like the smallest little things reminds me of my dad. Even this game reminds me of my dad because he used to laugh at me when I was playing it all the time. So yeah, but uh, it's just COVID, my dad passing, and also my computer deciding to just kaput right after I saved my dad's program for his funeral. It just overheated and said bye bye. I'll see you later. All because of poor design of this chassis. But that's okay. I'm right now. I'm playing a game on a, it's kind of makeshift. It's like it's, let's just say duct tape is there. No, I'm saying, but it might as well be. Honestly, it's running pretty good for right now. Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, have at you, sir. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's what's been going on with me since June. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. That's why I wanted to make this video to give you a little heads up on what's going on with me and why I haven't been on. Just, just trying to cope. with a lot of things and adjust to my new reality here. Oh, dude. But anyway, yep. Sorry. Kind of like morphed into the game for a little bit. But yeah, that's it. That's where I've been. Um, I mean, I did post up some announcements in the community as to tidbits of what's going on, but and I know that it doesn't get out too much. But yeah, I just wanted to. I'm overloaded. Oh, oh, okay. Hold on. Is that better? No, I'm still overloaded. Fine. I'm supposed to rate a military base, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to do that. I really don't. I'm just gonna go back home. But yes, I do have plans on making some new videos. I saw some games on Steam I want to play. They look interesting. Um, and plus I have two new games from the Paranormal Files series. So I'll be playing that. Hopefully Rick Rogers will come back. This guy right here. I don't want any Geico insurance, sir. No, thank you. I know you've been trying to get a hold of me, but not now. But ugh, I'm out of breath. Okay. But yeah. Um, and I'm really sorry for taking so long to even say anything. It's been it's just the smallest things just reminds me of him, like I said before. And even just picking up my headphones just to even to say, hey everyone, hello everyone. This guy doing exercise. So where am I? I don't even know where I'm at. I'm lost. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well, and I truly hope that you don't have as much stuff going on as I do. Why does it always look like my door's not there? And there it is. Weird. It didn't load yet. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well and just be on the lookout for some new videos because basically gaming has always been the thing for me. My first introduction to video games was in school. It was seventh grade, and I played tank on the Commander 64. Oh gosh! And then I went from that to Atari, and from Atari to Nintendo. So yeah, I'm old. Oh, I thought it was a zombie over there. Old school gamer here who loves a good game. And like I said, just be on the lookout for some new videos from me. I can't guarantee exactly, how many videos and when I will actually drop one down, but it will be soon, I promise. So I'm not going to leave you guys hanging like this again. But yeah, I hope y'all have a wonderful day and please take care of yourself and always tell your loved ones that you love them and try to be there for them too. All right. Bye.